Assalamualaikum and a very good morning. I've been to Dr. Azniza. My name is Shahirah binti Sabana and I'm going to present my individual video presentation entitled Management and Conservation of Sunda Pangolin. Let's start with the introduction. So the figure I inserted here is the Sunda pangolin. It is also known as Javaan pangolin or Malayan pangolin, and it has a scientific name of Manis javanica. This Sunda pangolin is classified by IUCN under species that are critically endangered, and they possess several physical characteristics that helps differentiate them from other pangolin species. So Sunda pangolins, they have fewer rows of olive brown to yellowish scales across their back. They also possess a longer and slender tail that enables them to climb the trees, and they also have a shorter falling claws. And usually the males is larger than the females in terms of their body size. Moving on to their habitat. So Sunda pangolin can be found in scrub forests, primary forests, and secondary forests. And Sunda pangolin are distributed in several countries only in Southeast Asia, which includes Malaysia, Singapore, Brunei, and many more. So what are the factors that are declining the Sunda pangolin population that makes them classified under critically endangered species in IUCN status? Firstly, it's because mainly due to overexploitation. Sunda pangolin is hunted and poached for their meat that are consumed as exotic food by many. And they also are being captured for their scales, which are famously known to be used in traditional medicines to cure diseases, especially in Chinese medicines. And their scales are also used as an amulet for spiritual purposes. Other than overexploitation, the Sunda pangolin population is also threatened by the habitat destruction, where land development or other anthropogenic activities destruct their own habitat, making them lost their habitat and food sources. So that's why we have to conserve the Sunda pangolins. So how exactly we can conserve the Sunda pangolin? We can look at the management and conservation efforts that can be successfully conducted in order to conserve the Sunda pangolin. So firstly, we can re-establish the species by conducting a breeding in captivity. So first, the wild captured pangolins will be transferred to a safe facility for rehabilitation, and then if they are suitable for breeding, then they will be bred with their opposite sex. And then we also have to prepare a suitable habitats for the Sunda pangolin, because Sunda pangolin is quite a bit hard to maintain, and also a bit hard for them to survive in an captive enclosure. So we have to make sure that the enclosure have a moderate temperatures for them, less disturbance. We have suitable enclosure size. For example, like the height should be suitable for the pangolin so that they will not die if they fall from the enclosure. And we also have to provide an artificial cave or a mound for the pangolins to dig burrows, because that's their habit. And this is a very important point. The enclosure have to be solitary, because tuna pangolin is solitary creatures, so they will fight with each other if they are enclosed together. But they can be enclosed together only for breeding and for mother-offspring relationship. For example, in Peninsular Malaysia, the Sungai Wildlife Conservation Centre (SWCC) of Perhilitan has successfully bred two pangolins in year 2020. So if we look at the figure here, this is Corona. Corona is one of the two successfully bred pangolin, Sunda pangolin in captive at SWCC. And this is the enclosure that are used to cap the pangolins, Sunda pangolins at SWCC. Moving on to the artificial feeding, so we can help conserve the Sunda pangolin by giving them an artificial feeding because they already lost their food sources due to human land development. So we have to prepare a diet that must match their digestive system, and at the same time, the diet have to satisfy their nutritional needs. For example, like a mixture of weaver ants larvae, and hard-boiled eggs. But in fact, natural diet is better than the artificial diet, so we have to do further studies on the digestive system and diet to further improve the diet formulas to come up with better artificial diet formulas that can replace a natural diet. But the natural diet for the pangolins are quite simple as they feed on ants and termites because they are insectivores. Next is the disease control. So we can help conserve the Sunda pangolin by controlling the disease because it is better for us to prevent diseases from occurring. So during captivity, we have to provide a suitable habitat temperature and humidity in order to prevent pneumonia. And then we can also provide an appropriate artificial diet in order for us to prevent gastrointestinal diseases from occurring in the pangolins. And we can also use pesticides such as thiabendazole to regularly kill the parasites that will infest in the pangolin. And last but not least, the most important part, we have to manage the people through education in order to properly conserve the Sunda pangolin. So we have this environmental awareness education that helps educate the public on the importance of conserving other wildlife. So in this case, we have to conserve Sunda pangolins. And then this education should be focused on children's because we have to nurture the young children from such a young age in order for them to grow up and know the importance of Sunda pangolin. And then we can also educate the communities to always report the sighting of wild Sunda pangolins, so we can the perhilitan can save the wild pangolins from habitat that are not suitable for them for rehabilitation. So this is the list of references that I use, and thank you for listening.